New changes are coming to our gradebooks in Canvas. Stick around and explore how the new gradebook will make it easier and faster for you to grade your assignments. This Week in Canvas starts now. Hello, I'm Pat Cranley, the Distance Education Coordinator at Cosumnes River College, and welcome to another episode of This Week in Canvas. We're very lucky to be working on a platform that is actively being crafted and refined to meet the needs of our students and educators. One new refinement comes in the form of our new gradebook. Our gradebook in Canvas has been a trusted friend and partner for many years, but today we're activating the new features in our gradebook. Let's begin by exploring how our current gradebook works and operates. Our gradebooks over here in Canvas are basically gigantic spreadsheets, each row being a student and all the columns being assignments and gradebook items inside of our particular course. The old gradebook or the current gradebook has done as well. It's a solid bit of technology coming from Canvas, and it really does give us a tremendous amount of functionality. But starting next semester in 2020, a new gradebook is going to be activated for every single one of our Canvas shells, and I wanted to show you the differences between the two and encourage you to start using the new gradebook. I think you're going to find that it's pretty excellent. Now, I'm in the old gradebook or the current gradebook on all of our Canvas instances, and you can see it's a very simple layout. Each row is a student, each column is a gradebook entry into our course itself. Now, I want to draw your attention real fast to this third one. This is an essay, and its submission type has been set to text entry. So I'm seeing this little T here showing me that a student has submitted something into this assignment. But unfortunately, this student, which is me, unfortunately, turned it in late. So it's coloring the background of this cell as red. I want you to remember that because things are going to change a little bit over in the new gradebook. In addition, this public speaking presentation, I get this lovely little page icon showing me that a submission for this assignment has been completed. And in the upper right-hand corner of every single one of these cells, of course, we can click on the little button to our grade. We can actually give a little comment. We can see the file that's submitted. It's pretty fantastic. Okay. Now things are going to change a little bit when we jump into our new gradebook. So let's jump over and activate our new gradebook. To do that, we go into our course navigation settings, which can be found way down here at the bottom. And specifically, we want to go into the Feature Options tab up here. And then there it is, New Gradebook. We get to opt in and activate our new gradebook feature this semester, but next semester it's automatically going to be turned on, and there's no reason not to do it now. It adds a whole lot of functionality. It lays things out just ever so slightly different, but I think those new things are definitely something we should start experimenting and exploring with now. So let's turn it on, and then return to our gradebook, and then dun-da-da-da. Welcome to the new gradebook. It looks very similar to the old gradebook, but there are some minor cosmetic changes that I want you to be very aware of. First and foremost, check it out. The color over here for this late submission has been changed to blue. The rows are slightly bigger, and we're getting a little bit more space between all of this element here. So visually, it looks a little bit different, but underneath the hood is really where the changes have taken place. And the first thing that I want to show you is the View pull-down menu, because I find this to be really, really helpful. If we go ahead and click on the little button, you can see we now can arrange and filter our gradebook based off of a whole series of parameters. Before we jump into it, it's important to know the difference between arranging and filtering. When we arrange by any of these parameters, we're going to change the order of all of these columns. We're still going to see all of our gradebook items. They're just going to be shuffled around in a little bit of a different fashion. For example, if we go back into this menu, perhaps we want to arrange by assignment name, or this is the one that I like, perhaps we want to arrange all of our gradebook entries by modules, from the first module all the way to the last. Now I know that this is the very first assignment inside of Module 1, and this is the last assignment inside of my course, which is pretty neat. So the Arrange By section is going to change the order. Let's go back to default order. However, the filter is basically going to temporarily turn off the visibility of all of our columns. Perhaps I want to go in and just see the assignments inside of a very specific module. If we click on this little button, we get a new little bit of information showing up over here. Allows me to select the module to filter by. Perhaps I just want to see the modules or the assignments inside of Module 2. Click on it, and now I'm seeing just the module to assignments, which is pretty neat. Let's go back to all modules so we're seeing everything. And I'm going to turn off the filter by going back into the filters menu and clicking on it. That way it's completely uninfluencing our gradebook. Now earlier I drew your attention to the background color of this cell, and I want to draw focus to why it's not red anymore, it's blue. And it has everything to do with what's called the grading tray. Let me show you specifically what that looks like. So if we click on this cell, we have a new bit of interface right here, this little arrow, and this is the grading tray. Check it out. If we click on it, a little tray slides out from the screen right side of our interface, and now we can go in and start changing this student's gradebook entry. Of course, I can go in and give myself a grade. Let's just pretend I got 50 out of 50. Good job, Pat. Well done. However, check it out. It's now showing me that this assignment was turned in late, missing, or excused. Okay, when it's excused, it's not going to be part of the grading scheme, which is pretty neat. So blue is late, and then red is missing. So if they don't have a submission, it's going to show up red. So a big difference from what we saw previously. In addition, we can also leave a comment for our student and do all of our grading right here inside of this grading tray. If you like working with SpeedGrader, and you should because it's an awesome tool, we can also very quickly go into this individual's submission in SpeedGrader by clicking on this button. So now we're just going in and and it's brought to the surface test student's submission to this item inside the gradebook item itself, or the gradebook itself, which is pretty neat. In the past, we had to jump into the class's assignment and then go into SpeedGrader. This allows us to get access to a specific student's submission very, very quickly. So I'm a big fan of this grading tray. It's pretty neat.
The new Gradebook in Canvas helps you wrangle all of your grading data by giving you some really great tools to sort, filter, and contextualize your students' grading information. If you have any questions about the new Gradebook in Canvas, or just want to say hello, please don't hesitate to contact the Distance Education team by emailing CRC-DE at crc.losrios.edu or by calling the CRC Canvas helpline. You can find a collection of every episode of This Week in Canvas on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to stay up to date on our new videos and receive instant notifications on when we post new content. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for joining us on another episode of This Week in Canvas. We'll see you next time.